Hello everyone, it's Fee here from Spirit Child Journey and we are the Lightworkers, here for this month's full moon video, and this one is for the full moon in May 2018 and it's in Sagittarius. So I'm very excited about this full moon. Not only is it an amazing energy, it's all about abundance and joy and brightness and possibilities, yay, finally, but it's also my moon sign and my rising sign are both Sagittarius. So this one resonates so strongly with me. I've loved exploring it and getting to know what's coming up for us this month. And for those of you who've been following on, you know we've had some pretty intense heavy energies the last full moon and the last new moon that we had in May as well. Very, very heavy, lots of letting go, lots of cleaning out, lots of, getting rid of and shedding things. And now as we move into the Sagittarius full moon, we are getting to use the energy of this full moon to bring life and really bring all those seeds that we've planted into fruition and start to create something even more amazing for ourselves. So congratulations to everyone who's persevered through the last few months. I know they've been very intense. We've had Uranus moving into Taurus, and apologies for the background noise, Daisy's come to join us on this one as well. So we've had Uranus moving into Taurus, which is that very intense energy, and really a lot of the last few weeks and months has been about giving us the space to clarify what do we really want. And it's what I love about the Sagittarius energy. So Sagittarius is the centaur, so it's the half man front and the half horse bum or woman front, and there is an archer as well. So a lot of this energy and a lot of what we get to tap into in this full moon is the focus, and it's really using the the animalistic energy of emotion and starting to trust our emotions more and using that power and that strength, as well as our logical abilities, our strategic planning, our really starting to not just go with the heart, which can sometimes be fear. It's really giving us a chance to question and go, is this decision coming from my heart? Is this decision coming from my head? Is this a balanced decision of both? And that's what this energy, this full moon, is all about. So very, very exciting. Also some things coming up for people as well. So as with all full moons, it's the rising of the tides, it's the emotions are coming to the surface. There's a lot of things coming up for people in the few days, especially leading up to the full moon. And obviously the next couple of days that are coming. So tonight is the full moon, which is May 29th, 2018. And I believe it's also an 11, this full moon, which for everyone who is also into numerology is a very master spiritual number as well. So 2 + 9 + 2, 0, 1, 8 is an 11. And so that's bringing an even greater connectedness to that spirit, to the highest self, and listening to our heart. So let's dive a little bit deeper. So this full moon, so the Sagittarius part of it, which is, so the moon is in Sagittarius, the sun is in Gemini, and also Mercury is in Gemini as well, which is the twins. And so there's a lot of communication. The sun's actually in a really optimistic energy. So the sun is what's shining on the moon. So we've got to take both of those into account. The sun is in a really adventurous, optimistic, playful energy space at the moment. And Sagittarians are very adventurous, very much about leaving convention and pursuing things with greater meaning, which is the path I've been on this year, which is why I was giggling so much about this full moon when I was researching it. So leading me into these videos and so many other emotional clearing techniques and amazing new things I'm learning to do with clients. And it's very much about finally trusting what's the pull of our heart. What is it that's our, Sagittarius is often seeking spiritual understanding. So what is this universe all about? What is astrology about? What is, are we really impacted by the full moon energy, or can we just ignore it? And I know for me, I can't just ignore it, so I want to know more about it. So wherever you're at on your journey, if you've got Sagittarius influence, and you can find this out through your charts, You can be a Sagittarius sun sign, which is the main one everyone knows, like I'm a Leo, tell the line here. Or you've got, depending on the place of your birth and time of your birth, you also have a moon sign and a rising sign. And these are the internal signs, so they're most representative of your internal expression, whereas your sun sign is your external expression that people see the most. So for me, I've got Sagittarius moon and rising, so lots of spiritual seeking. I find it very difficult to have a 9-to-5 job, always have. Very difficult to stay inside a box. It's very much about freedom of choices, which is actually one of my highest values, is having freedom of choice. And that leads me down the path to abundance and business and all the great abilities I have now to help people as well. So very exciting. I guess the one of the challenging things with this full moon is that choice energy is coming, the change is coming whether we like it or not. So for a lot of people, they're using this time, there's lots of great decisions being made to follow their heart and go out and pursue new things. And for other people, they're not making that choice consciously or intentionally, so the universe is giving them a good old shove. So I always talk about, we've got a feather, so we've got a tickle, we've got a shake, and then we've got a good old karmic bitch slap, as my colleague used to call it. And that's when the universe is trying to get our attention. So perhaps there's been something in your life that you've been ignoring or tolerating, or just thinking, oh, it's fine, it's just that real, I really don't like it, but I'll just ignore it, I'll walk away. As a society, that's become such a problem that a lot of us now can't just turn away and walk away. There's that great saying that all that is required for evil to persist is that good men do nothing. And so this time is coming up where we're getting shoved off things, and it's time to speak up. It's time to actually, stop tolerating things and start speaking up and making our own choices and direction. Or we're going to get shoved into something we don't like, or shoved into a direction that the universe chooses for us. So there's a lot of that, you'll get made redundant, or someone will leave you, or something like that. Is a lot of that energy happening at the moment. So make conscious choice, because it's coming anyway. The other thing about the Sagittarius energy is because of the expression of freedom of choice and the desire to have that freedom. Remember, they're horse energy, so they can run very fast, they've got a lot of strength, and anyone who's worked with horses knows they're incredibly intelligent, emotionally intelligent beings. But being restricted is really tough for that Sagittarius energy. There's like, oh, I've got to go. So if you're feeling stuck for whatever reason, maybe you're feeling stuck in a job, in a relationship, in a location, maybe you've forgotten that you have choice, this is the time to really reassess, because we all have choice. We all have choice all of the time. It's just that sometimes we're not ready to handle the consequences of making those choices. So just check in with yourself. Are you actually stuck? Or is it just a perception because you haven't yet faced the consequences or haven't yet got creative enough? So the other thing about Sagittarius energy is there's a lot of creativity here as well to help us come up with other ways of going about it. So if you are stuck for whatever reason, perhaps use this energy to consider many different options. And I've got another audio on getting out of being stuck. So if you want that, just leave me a comment or send me an email. I'll send that out as well to you. So we're never really stuck, but this energy, it can feel like we're stuck at the moment. So just be mindful we're not looking for the grass is greener on the other side. We really are using the creativity energy to move forward. This month is also a lot about communication. It's with the Gemini influence and a few other ones, especially the spiritual influences as well. This is very much a time of being mindful of the sound, of the communication, of our words. So, as we said before, if you've been tolerating something, maybe it's time to speak up. Not just walk away, but actually speak up and say something. I started doing this a while ago, and what I found was that people genuinely had no idea that what they were doing was affecting me or affecting the people around us. Some people did, and they were just shit. But a lot of people didn't realize that they were having such a negative impact because they were so caught up in their own little world. So when I started speaking up, it was helping them notice and change behavior. So I'm starting to do it more and more. Still not always comfortable, but always worthwhile. Okay. Now, the second thing is to be very mindful of our own language. Remember, every words we say, all the words we say are communicating with our own unconscious, communicating with our spiritual connection, our manifestation. So consider our language. This is an energy of abundance. There's lots of incredible opportunities, lots of financial opportunities, creativity opportunities, relationship opportunities this month. So be mindful that you're not blocking them. So a great example is, say someone asks you to go and do something that costs money. There's two ways you could respond. There's lots of ways you could respond, but one way is to say, oh, I don't have enough money. Now, what that's doing is telling yourself, it's telling the universe, it's saying like, not enough. It's reinforcing not enough money. And so then you actually attract even less money. You attract the not enough money vibration. Okay, it feels a bit icky. Now consider and try saying it a different way. So rather than saying I don't have enough, say, cool, I just got to make a bit more. Must make a little bit more money to be able to come and join you on that thing. And just feel the possibility in that language. Feel how it changes in your body, how it sits differently. There's a little bit more inspiration in that versus the very stuck energy of not enough. When it's, yeah, I've got to make a bit more. There's like, oh, I wonder how. There's an element of how do I do that? So be very mindful, catch your language. Use an elastic band if you need to. When you think something that is not useful, not abundant, and not moving you forward, catch yourself, move it to the other wrist. You can flick it if you need to, and restate it in the positive. Just a really simple technique to bring it to conscious awareness and really listen, because your thoughts are creating your words are creating your habits, and your habits are shaping your reality. So let's use this energy to very much be very mindful and conscious with communication this month, because it's all coming to life. And the other thing with communication and the words and the sounds is laugh. There's got to be something to laugh about today. There's something, always look on the bright side of life, as they say from Monty Python. Maybe it's time to go watch a Monty Python movie. But very much, there's a lot of giggle, so much possibility. And when we tap into the energy of this full moon and what's coming in the next few weeks as well, especially that the influence of Uranus, which is allowing us to just discard things that are no longer bringing us joy, it's really beautiful and enhanced by the energy of Jupiter, which is very big, very strong, very full of energy. So there's lots of joy and lots of possibilities to follow your heart. There's so many different alignments. I won't go into all of them, but there's so many different influences and alignments in play that are guiding us and giving us wonderful opportunity to follow the heart. So whether that's in relationships, maybe it's time to pick up the phone and ask that person out on a date. Maybe it's time to tell someone how you feel. Maybe it's in a career. There has never been a better time to start your own business or change your career. There are so many possibilities. There's so much abundance out there in the world, and it depends on whether you choose to listen to the doomsday sayers or the opportunists, because there are both sides in play right now. And if you can just do a bit more learning, Sagittarius is about learning, seeking enlightenment, seeking answers, seeking purpose and meaning. So go searching, and keep your eyes on your prize. So just really tap into, embody the energy of the Sagittarius of the Archer as well, and think about, aiming for the target. So be very clear, articulate your goals, articulate what you do want, not just what you don't want, but language what you do want, and imagine it, visualize it on the bullseye. Visualize the relationships. It's, the career, the passion, speaking from your heart and your love, and then allow other things to fall away. Because I know for some of my clients, for some people in the world right now, a lot of things are falling apart. And even myself, I'm not immune to any of this. So some things are falling apart. But remember, sometimes things have to fall apart so that other things can fall together. So perhaps just if something feels like it's falling apart, just really consider, does it belong in the center of your target anyway? Or was it something you did because it was convenient, or because it paid well, or because someone said you should? All of those things are starting to fall away. All of those things that are the shoulds are really getting turfed out with these energies over the last few months. Whether you're consciously aware of it or not, we can't ignore what's going on for all of us as we move on this journey together. So go get some help of a coach if you need to, talk to friends, but really take the time to clarify what's on your bullseye and keep focused on it. The possibilities are endless, so just narrow down the ones that really speak to you, really bring you into alignment with your purpose, your passion, the things that you would do whether you needed to or not, and begin to shape your life around it, and just allow everything else to fall away. Allow the energies to help you and to guide you, and enjoy the fun, enjoy the lightness. Go and recharge your crystals tonight, set some new intentions, create a new vision board, whatever it is for you. Get out there and just really make the most of this beautiful, abundant joy energy that we have in our reality at the moment. So until we speak again, take care of you, take care of others, and take care of the greater good. Bye for now.